After a historic and unprecedented day in court, a jury convicted former President Donald Trump on all 34 counts of falsifying business records related to hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. This landmark verdict, reached after less than 2 days of deliberation, marks the first time an American president has been convicted of a crime. Now this morning, Scripps News deputy political correspondent Joe St. George joins us live from New York City with more. And Joe, can you give us more insight into the jury's decision? What does this mean exactly for the former president's future?
Well, there's a few what's next questions this morning. There's the what's next politically, and that jury is still out. That jury of the American people won't issue their verdict until election night in November. But from the legal what's next standpoint, even though this was an unprecedented conviction yesterday afternoon, late afternoon here in New York City, the what's next is going to be kind of typical for anyone who's just been convicted of 34 felonies. There will be an attempt by Mr. Trump's legal team to throw out this verdict. There will be an attempt to appeal this verdict to the higher courts here in the state of New York. And then there will be the preparation for sentencing. July 11th is the date that's been set by Judge Juan Merchan. Interesting day. Just a few days before the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Judge Juan Merchan will have broad discretion to sentence Mr. Trump as he deems fit. Yes, jail time is possible. Most legal experts do not believe that is a scenario here, but when you're on probation, that means you have a probation officer that you have to answer questions like, do you have employment? What's your steady job? Well, Mr. Trump's steady job is running for president of the United States. A sentence of home confinement also as well, where Mr. Trump may have to stay at his home in New York, let's say, on certain days. That would certainly impact his ability to campaign in key swing states. So that's the legal what's next. The political what's next, well, that's very much to be determined. The reality is that we're likely not going to get a flash poll over the weekend suddenly showing President Biden up by 10 points in this election. This was a divisive verdict. Half the country siding with Mr. Trump, half the country siding believing that this was a moment of vindication and this was an appropriate move by the jury. The real question is, what do those independent purple voters in key swing states, does this weigh on their minds come November? We won't know for several months.
Thank you, Joe. Now, Trump's sentencing date, as you mentioned, it appears to be wedged right in the middle of that first debate against President Joe Biden and that Republican National Convention. So in the days leading up to July 11th, you touched on it just a bit, but what can we expect? And it's kind of uncanny almost that it's right in the middle of those dates.
It is interesting. You have the presidential debate at the end of June 27th, where it will be interesting to see what President Biden, how much President Biden brings up this conviction in this debate. Or is he looking at polls showing that Americans are more concerned with economy and focusing on other issues? That will be an interesting decision by the Biden campaign. You then have sentencing on July 11th, followed by the start of the Republican National Convention the following week. And former President Trump has hinted that he's going to select his vice presidential pick potentially during the week of the Republican National Convention. So it's going to be a stretch in American politics here that is going to be consequential. And, you know, we use the word unprecedented a lot in TV news, sometimes perhaps unfairly. This is an unprecedented time in American politics.
Thank you for that explanation, Joe, and for your help throughout this trial.